In this video, we're going to show you a new feature we have, which is allowing for dynamic values in our combo chart. So let's take a look at what we have here, and then we'll go build it. At the bottom, we have a trend table, which just has the data from our incidents opened by month. And then we have active is true and active is false. So active is false for us is considered closed. So in this case, for April, we have 14 total incidents that were opened, 7 were closed. In May, we have 24 total incidents, we have 15 that were closed, and so on. Now, the dynamic piece of this and the new piece of this is this line chart, which we're calling our threshold. Now, what this equates to is 11 is 80% of 14. So what we're saying is our threshold should be closing 80% of our opened incidents. So let's go take a look at this and see how this works. We will go to our next slide. I already have the trend table there because that's not new. But let's go into our chart types, and we're going to say combo. We're going to add it. Now we're going to add 3 charts. Let's add 2 charts first, and then we'll add the dynamic piece. So we'll add 2 vertical bars. And when we do that, we're going to go into the table, see incident, save. And my first one I'm going to set up so it's everything. So I'm not going to condition any of this. We're going to count, we'll do it by month. The date range, we're just doing this year. And the date field is opened at. We'll leave all this in just as the default settings for now. So we're going to hit save there. Then we'll go into our second chart here. And we'll say incidents. And in this case, I'm going to say opened at again. But remember, I wanted to condition this so that active is false. And then we're going to hit save. And then let's go ahead and add those to our view here. So let's add some data values to this. We'll turn on our values. Actually, let's make those just a tad bigger. Okay. So now we can see we have 14 total, 7 that were closed, 24 or 7 that are closed. 24 opened that month, and 15 of those have been closed. But now we want to have that line here, which is 80% of the opened incidents. So let's go back in here and we'll say data. We're going to add another chart. This time we're going to add a line. We'll go in there and set it up. So my conditions and everything are going to be the same as that first chart. So I don't need any conditions here. The date field is still the open at. And I'm going to use a multiplier, and it's 80%. So I'm going to say 0.8. And when I'm going to hit save and save. So that's a little hard to see. So let's go ahead and change the styling here. Swap it out with, what is that? Yeah, let's use that one. Okay, so that the line chart now has what 80% of that is. So 11 is 80% of 14. So quickly we can see on each of these months, have we closed what our threshold is? So we are failing this month, we're failing this month. We actually have 0 incidents in June. We are failing this month. This is the only month in August where we are actually successful, where we have 1 incident opened and 1 actually closed. So we're at 100%. So again, just an easy way to visualize this. Let's go ahead and do one more thing. Let's add the legend here, because what I can do is I can add that legend. Whoops, we'll turn it on, we'll put it on the side, we'll make it bigger. And when you see that, you're going to start seeing these conditions. But I can come down here and I know what this is. So this is going to be opened incidents. The second bar was closed incidents. And then that third line was our threshold. So we'll give some context to that. Again, adds the ability for having dynamic values based on another value on the chart. So again, we could have designed and used this multiplier off of the conditions of this chart, or make up a totally new line chart with a different multiplier. So hopefully that helps you create some visuals and keep tracking some of the things you're looking at.